Hey guys, we are loading up Groenland at the moment. We have been kind of working night shift, basically, which might sound weird for a software developer, but with time zones and the like, one has to roll with it. So, today we are going to split up our movement AI for our mission NPCs, and from there hopefully we'll get this working. I have had a think about it and I think I know the issue. The issue is that we're getting a new destination every time we're running, so we need to split that up into two parts where we get a random destination and then we cycle through interim destinations up to that destination. Okay, so we're going to have a look at that once, of course, our project loads up. And while we're at it, we'll keep an eye on the Champions League, where I think the best that Chelsea can hope for is probably a draw at home to Real Madrid, but you never know, so we'll just have to wait and see. Let me just get this up. Oh, it's Monday, not Tuesday. So it's actually Liverpool v Leeds in the Premier League tonight. I'm losing track of days and weeks, but never mind. Right. So we're going to open our assets and take it from there. We're going to take a quick look through this and I'm going to show you where the issue is, and then we're going to fix it. Okay, so we're going to open our map up. Let's see what we're looking at here. So Greenland P. Right, so this is loading up. Let me know what you guys are doing from the chat. Are you working on projects or okay. Okay, so that's a bit of a bummer. I'll tell you why it's a bit of a bummer. Actually, no, we're okay. Right, our player start is over where we wanted it. So we're building navigation, but that's okay. Normally we'd have to wait, but we're going to do some of our stuff anyway. Alright, Cyber Shell. Gameplay loop's been kind of tough. Is there something that in particular you're having a problem with? Right. So, basically, that's a blackboard. This is the task. Right. Now, this is all well and good. Okay? And the thing is that this initial part needs to be actually moved into the behavior. It needs to be split in the behavior tree. Okay? So we're going to open that. We're going to open our AI. We're going to have a look at our behavior tree. Now, what we're actually going to have to do here is another sequence. Right? And the thing we're going to have to do after that. Hey Mike Hardy, how you doing, bud? I saw your video earlier. You've got to watch with your God, what are they called? This escaped me. Your render targets. That's what they are. Right, you got to watch for your render targets. Alright, Cybershell. Yeah, so Mike, you got to be careful with the render targets because they're very, very expensive, right? Now, the way you've done it is actually pretty good because you've got it kind of as the game's not paused, but it's a better implementation, right? I did it in Vampire Chronicles, right? And it was in real time. And basically, the reason I implemented it was that if you were doing like a teleport, right, I had a camera on each side of the teleport so that when you walked up to the teleporter, you could see where you were teleporting to. And with that in mind, so that you could see and you weren't making a blind jump of faith, right? And I found that the render target, while it worked, and it worked really nice, right, you would really be limited to how many you could put in it. Plus the fact that you can't really switch it off. Right, so I was trying to do it, but by like distance and stuff, to turn off all the render targets that weren't actually getting used. Right, so it would only be within a certain distance of the player, the ones that would actually be active, but it's really difficult to switch them off. It kind of just keeps going. But anyway, that was my personal experience with doing some render targets. Now, I do have it in Fabrica Espace, doing the rocket taking off and landing, and that's okay. But for some reason in Vampire Chronicles, where I had two, it started having a real effect on frame rates. So yeah. So what we're going to have to do here is kind of rename these so they make sense, right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to get destination, but this we're going to rename it. That's what we're going to do. put me off my game a bit there. Right, so PT task, NPC, get. This is like get an interim destination. We'll call it, actually, we'll call it waypoint destination. And it doesn't like that. Right. So it did do that once I... Right. Now, we're going to have to create another task. And this is going to be NPC, and we're going to say get. This is basically wander. Destination. Okay. So with that in mind, we're basically going to get wander destination. Okay. So we've got home location, and this destination here is going to be our wander destination, and this waypoint destination is going to be our random destination. Right, so I think what we'll do is we'll go to our blackboard and we'll rename these to this one is going to be wander, right, and this random, while it still is random, we're going to give it the name well, that's if I can put my fingers in the right place to type this, of course. We're going to call this waypoint destination. Okay. Right, so with that all done and dusted, we can look at, we'll do a file save all on that one, and we're going to look at our behavior tree again. So we're getting this, right? And I'm not 100% sure yet what we are actually going to use. Okay? So we're going to be using our wander destination, right? And that's going to be blackboard key selector. And we're going to be using our waypoint destination. That's at the very least. Okay, so we'll start with that. Then we shall go to this one. We'll have a look at what we need. Right, so we're going to need this. So I'm going to copy that. Then we're going to paste it in. So we're going to need stay in range. Stay in range. Now what stay in range is if we don't want the character to go wandering away too far from his actual house or whatever his sort of home location is, okay? So we'll do this bit by bit, the parts we want. Hi Mr. Spock, how you doing? So we're going to go back to our wander. Well, actually our waypoint. And we're going to copy this. Okay. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. So the thing we need to do is this. Okay. So we need to add a function. So we need to say set wander destination. Okay. And we need the origin. Okay, so we're going to add an input. Origin. That's going to be a vector. Okay, you're going to turn to a vector. Right. Rock and roll. And we're going to do a paste. We're going to plug that in there. Now that's going into origin and the distance. What? Right, so this must be the wrong code. So we're going to remove that and we're going to get the right code. So we're going to copy that. We're going to paste that. Okay. I'm going to plug that in there. Plug that in there. Then we're going to tidy this up, because we like to be tidy, kinda, sometimes, if I'm in the mood. Right. There we go. Now we need an output. So I'm going to do that. We'll call it wander, and it's a vector. We're going to compile that. We're going to do that. That's going to go there. So what we're going to do is double click on that. Hey guys, here's like a thing. Is there any way you can change the colour of these, let's say, tram lines? No, apparently not. Okay, whatever. That was worth a try, wasn't it? Right, give me 1 second. Right. Right, so that is our little thing, which is cool. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to drop this in here, and we're going to drag this down. We're going to get the actor location, if we can spell it properly. And then the actor location is going to be there. Okay. And this is going to go from false to here. Then we're going to be dragging this in. We're going to get that, and we're going to be setting vector to here. then as we all know and remember every single time, because we never make mistakes in this stream, we do a finish execute. Okay, and success. Right, rock and roll, we're on our way. So what this is basically doing is it's replacing this part here, and it's going to become its own task, right? Because this part here is going to be, so this part, right, okay, let me explain better. We've got this task here, right, which is getting us a new wander location, right? So if you can imagine what it's going to do, right, is the NPC is going, the logic for this is going to come down, it's going to get a wander location, right, and then it's going to loop through interim or waypoint locations to get to that wander location. Now, if we move at any point within the wander location, we just move straight to it, right? And that is how it works, okay? So from the behavior tree point of view, that is represented here, where we come down here, we set the wander destination, and then we start getting the waypoints and moving to the waypoints in between the wander destination and where we actually are. Okay? So if I'm not explaining this very well, it's not very easy to explain really. So we'll go to paint.net, right? Right, let's do that. Right, so basically if we're wandering, okay, then we basically come in here and we'll draw a nice shape, right? So we'll draw a nice circle, right? So this is NPC, right? So what the logic is going to come down do is get a wander destination, okay? So that's the wander point, okay? And once this has been done, what we're going to do is not that. Okay, well, forget that, right? Right, escape, escape. What we're going to do is get the waypoints. Okay, and then we want it to move between the waypoint to the wander point. Then when we get to this wander point, we're going to go back and set up the wander point again. Okay, so it's going to look theoretically something like this. Okay, And then this is going to go back and do this again. Okay, so that's a graphical representation of what we're actually doing in the code. We're setting up a wander point, then we're basically working our way to the wander point by creating waypoints on the way. Which are gradually closer and closer to the final wander point. Once we hit the wander point, we go back and create a brand new wander point and go through the same thing again. Okay? So there you go. Brilliant stuff. So this is the first point where we create the wander point. This part, once we've created the wander point, then we move to the waypoint destinations, so on, so forth. Okay? Once we've hit this, and if we hit the direct move to, right, then it basically jumps out of here jumps back up to here, then sets up a new wander point. Okay? And then starts moving to the waypoints. Okay? So that's how that actually works. So we've got wander destination. We don't actually need the waypoint destination here. Right, so we can take that out. Because we don't care about that. Now, we're not doing anything with stay in range yet, right? We'll work on that in a minute. So we're going to compile that for now. Right, and we're going to go back to this one. So once we're doing this, we don't care about this stay in range, okay? We don't need this anymore. So we're going to tidy this up, right? And just get to the point, basically. We're going to delete that. In fact, we're probably going to have to no, we're not. Alright, okay. So, I believe this is going to go into there. Except it's probably not. There is something we need here. And I think we'd actually be better just rewriting this. So this is okay. And this is going to go in here. If we need, yeah, we can delete that. Right. This is if we happen to wander to our final goal. Okay. So we're going to do that. And I'm beginning to believe this isn't quite right, but we'll amend it on the way. Okay. Right. So we're getting our distance and that should be a random destination. Okay. Right, we're gonna have to work this out. So random destination, we have to rename that to wander destination. And our destination is going to be our waypoint destination. Now I don't know how I've spelt that in both of these. I'm going to check just to keep it. Yeah, we're not using it there. Right, okay. Okay, so I think the best idea here is to test this. This isn't going to work, right? But that's okay. Because this part here why thanks, Alien Ballin. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to set this to home location. Right, we'll set it to that to kick off with. Right. Okay. Now I still don't even think this is going to work. Right, so what we're going to have to do is we're selecting, this is getting us our destination, right? So what we want to do is we want to check that this is getting fired. Then we want to check to see if it's getting fired in the right place. Now what we're going to do is, while we're waiting on this building navigation, which isn't exactly going very fast, we're going to go and grab a cigarette, okay? While we're waiting on this, so that we're sort of killing two birds with one stone. So I'll be back in a minute or two. We'll let this navigation work down a bit so things get faster and it's actually going to run. So I'll be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere, guys. In the meantime, check out the links in the description. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Getting the feeling here that we're going to end up rewriting this, to be fair. And for a little football update, Liverpool are 2-0 up on Leeds. Gakpo Salah. Don't say you don't get your sporting news here as well. Right, we're going to turn that off, and that's going to speed up things a bit. And we're going to zoom it to zoom over to our dude, who is going to be up here somewhere. Like right about here. Okay. So if we press play, this might be a bad idea at this point. We'll soon find out. We might need, there you go. Right, so we're going to get our wander destination, which is all rather nice. We want to have a look at our mission. That's not what I expected. I'm going to stop that. Right. And I'm going to go to the behavior tree, and I'm going to break it here. Right. Because I want to see if it's going in here. It might be failing this, which is why it's jumping straight back to here. Right. So, yeah. We've got an invalid there. Right, so this would be waypoint destination. In the end, we're probably going to have another blackboard selector here. Right, but we'll try it again anyway. Right, so we've got that. So we're setting our wander destination, right? Yeah. So we're going to stop this. Now think of what I've done wrong here. Is actually we should be doing that. Right. That looks better. Okay. So let's try that. Right. There we go, you see. But stop that just now, because this should have broken. Oh no, we took it off. Right, okay, we took the breakpoint off, so that's fine. Right. So we can do this again, but we're going to have a look at our mission. We're going to have a look at the blackboard to see where we stand as far as these wonders and the waypoint goes. Right. So in theory, that's looking good. But that's not quite so looking good. Right? But that's okay. This should not be changing, right? I think at this point this should not be changing. But right, okay. So we need another blackboard variable. Right? And that blackboard variable is going to be a bool, and it's going to be reached wander destination. Okay. Go back to behavior tree. And we're going to need a selector. Okay. That is going to go there. Right, we'll need to this is probably going to go here. And we're going to need a decorator. And that's going to be reached that. And that's going to be not set. We're going to need another selector in between. It's going to go to there. That's going to need a decorator again. Blackboard. That's going to be reached wander. That is actually going to be is set, and that is going to be not set. And this is going to go down here. Right. So things get a bit more complicated, but hey ho, we're gonna have to go into here. We're gonna have to say set bool. Now we're gonna have to set this to true by default, and we're gonna have to make a literal name. Now what did I call that? Reached wander destination. So we say reached wander destination. Okay, so that should fire us down the path first. Right, and then in here we're gonna have to add reached wander destination. I should really copy that. Copy that. We're going to set bool. We're going to set it to false. Okay. Compile that. And now we're going to have to add this in. Get wander destination. Oh yeah, we need to click this. So we've got reach wander destination. Reach wander destination. That's fine. And we're going to have to do the same in this one. So that's going to be blackboard key selector. That's going to be there. Compile that. Right. That's got set up properly, so that's fine. I'm going to add a breakpoint. So first thing, it's going to come in here. And then set this decorator to false, so then it's going to start coming down here, and until this gets set to true again, we'll be going down here, which is what we want. Okie dokie. So press play. we'll get a drink of orange juice. Right, perfect. And then when we press play again or resume, it should jump down into here. Voila. Perfecto. Okay. Progress. And we should now have a wander destination, which is here. And then this should start generating move 2 points. Okay. So that's basically what we need to do in here. Okay. And that ain't right. So we'll disconnect this and this. Let's see where we need to start going from. Right, so we do need to do this. Right, but we're gonna do that. And this is actually going to be a get. So we're going to be getting a vector, and that is in fact going to be in there. Right. So we'll basically start dragging these kind of into position and start tidying it up as we go. It's going to go there. That is actually not going to be the waypoint destination. That is going to be the wander destination. Okay. Because what we're doing is we're trying to find out if our actor has come within I'm going to delete this. Try to work out if our character has come within 500 of the destination. Now what we probably want to do is put this back really quite low. Okay. Because we're doing this waypoint now. What we're now going to do is we're going to say this, and we're going to set the bool and that's going to equal true. And this is going to go to here, and this is going to go to here. Okay, so we can basically delete these out and move this down. Okay. Now, we're going to change this to the wander destination. Okay. And when we set this, we're setting the waypoint destination. Okay. And in theory, just in theory mind, that should be us. Kinda. So let's see if that does the business. So that's a good start. Alright. So he's moving somewhere. Right, and he's made it. So we'll remove that breakpoint. Right, he's getting a new destination. Right. Now, see, the thing here is, I don't think this is an infinite loop, right? I think this is because of our navigation mesh. Okay. Or it is a combination. It's a combination of the navigation mesh plus our code. Now, actually, what we could do is if we went here, right, what I'm going to do is say branch okay, and and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this, and I'm going to set the value to true, and then I'm going to finish execute. Right, I'm going to give it the option, if we can't find a point on the map, we're just going to reset and find a new wander place. Right? And we'll try that. So our dude, if he can't find a way to a waypoint, right, then he's going to just get a new wander. And that should send them somewhere else. So there he goes, right, he's turning. See, I think he's stuck. But at least it was better. Okay, it didn't give us infinite loops or stuff like that. The problem now is obviously the navigation map and his step size and stuff like that. What we really need is yeah. He's gonna get stuck again, isn't he? Right, that I think that's to do with the navigation map, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him to like a much more like over there somewhere. Right, to a much flatter area. Right, which would be kinda over here a bit. Now we're going to move our player star over beside him. God damn it. We're still on the ground. Alright, we'll move him over. Right, we want this guy into some sort of a Nice area. Nice flat area. Right, so he's got a bit further to walk. Right, now if he's wandering about, which will be fine. Right, we just don't want him going up here. Right, but he's obviously going to go that way because that's the way the world works when you do this. But we'll try it anyway. It's 3-1 Liverpool now. While this is loading up, we'll see who scored the goals. Sinistera for Leeds and Jota. So it was 2-1 and then Jota made it 3-1. So that's pretty worrying for Leeds. Right, so we've got an issue. What I want to do is I'm going to put a break point back in here because I'm pretty sure it's here, right? But I want to see if it's looping through this a few times first because I want to know it would appear that there's a little logical break here because basically right, so we've got our first place he's going to go to, right? So off he goes. Alright. So it's definitely in here. Now, of course, the interesting thing here is the distance to target, right? The current distance to target Jerome Brand, yes it does. But I'm guessing you're going to say this is too small. So if that's the case, then I'm going to do that for you. Now this should not be the wander, this should be the waypoint. I think. Right, let's try that, shall we? That might be the solution there. Right. Resume. Resume. That's not very good. Hey cat eats chips, how you doing, bud? Right, so that's basically screwed us up. Right, and that's because our waypoint is not set yet. Right, so we're gonna have to see what it is. Right, so we're gonna have to look at the behavior tree to see what our waypoint destination is, because our waypoint destination is going to be, initially it's going to be screwed. Right. So what I'm wondering is what our play start is, and if it's the same thing. I'm hoping it is. 35, 8, 9. It's 14, 5. It's not quite, but it's not kicking the ass off it. Right, we're going to stop that for now. Now, I'm just wondering, if it's going to do the same thing minus 10. It's going to give us an infinite loop now, is it? Right, so okay. Right. Now, I know what the issue is, but it's how we sort it out. I know how to sort it out. At least I think I do. If we go to our AIC, right, and we're going to be setting a vector. Right. Now I'm not 100% sure of this, but we're going to try it anyway. So we're going to duplicate that. We're going to say waypoint destination. Right. And then we're going to get a position that is impossible to reach. So we can basically put anything here. Right, so we can copy that. I mean, at the end of the day, we probably want a 0, 0. Can probably put 0, 0, 4000, right? And that would do it. Right. Because it's immediately going to start setting the waypoint again. Although apparently it's not going to do that at all. Right, so we're going to get it to go in there. It's not that one we want. It's this one. What? How can it be less than? So what is that? It's not changed it, that's why. It's because it's a capital. Let's have a look at that again. It is waypoint destination. So this is kind of bizarre. We're interested in this waypoint destination. Right? And it should not be. Yeah, that's right. Right, so that has created the new thing. That's created our new waypoint. Right, it moved to a new waypoint. Ah, okay. Okay. We do need the wander destination, but we need the waypoint destination as well. Right. So yeah, this is getting quite in depth. So we need this. So we're going to do that. We're going to delete that. Then we're going to do that. We're going to move this over a bit. Right, we're going to duplicate that. Okay, I need to think about this. This is getting a bit... It's getting a bit interesting. So if it's less than 50 to here, we're going to branch, right? So this is the one that's going to go to here. And this is the one that's going to go to there. Okay. So that means we've reached a waypoint. So if we've reached a waypoint, we go in here, which creates a new waypoint. Right, and this then should be the waypoint again. So this was a lot easier in the other project, but hey ho. Right. So I think I'm going to leave it there for today, guys, for this afternoon. I will be back at 8 PM Central tonight. I'll do a little bit more work on this. I've got another couple of little projects to work on as well, but this is making progress. We're going to get this sorted out, and our guy is going to wander about, set himself extra waypoints so he's not walking in a straight line all the time, and we'll take it from there. It's currently Leeds 1, Liverpool 5, so that's a bit of a kicking. Yeah, it is a bit of a complicated one, but we're getting there. You've just got to take it in steps, right? You've just got to gradually get there. As I said, in our other little project, this was basically just, you know, get a waypoint and go, right? Whereas this, we're doing it within another selector and another selector. So it's getting a little more complicated, and we're having to break up the tasks, we're having to break up the code, but we'll get there. So thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. As I said, I'll be back 8 PM Central, basically in about 4 hours time, and I hope to see you then. Check out the description for links to the games Discord, my personal Discord, Patreon, previous game on Steam, Kickstarter preview, and finally our website. So hope to see you guys again. Nice to see George, Jerome, Brand, Alien, some of you newer guys, and the old guys. Great to see you guys too. So bye bye for now.